Well, good evening to you out there, and how have you been today? Thank God for every one of you that's been following us both on the ICC African platform and also the Chaplaincy College of Health platform here. Well, my name is Akisomi Emmanuel. I'm a trained and certified chaplain from the College of Chaplains, the International Christian Chaplains Association, 1494 Fall River Avenue, Seekonk in Massachusetts. For some time now, we have actually not really been involved in talking about the medical chaplaincy training because of our adjustments that we are undergoing or that is taking place in our college. I need to come up here to let you know that we are still in the training of our medical chaplains, an arm of the International Christian Chaplains Association program here in Africa. And by the grace of God, we've actually pushed out 2 sets, and we thank God for what they are doing in their various locations as ministers of the gospel in medical field. Now, God is raising an end-time army of people in the worldless church. And one of the ways we want to achieve that is to train medical chaplains, people that will have double qualification. They will be chaplains and they will also be ministers of the gospel in the area of medicine. Now, in case you are having issues with that, let me explain. Who is a chaplain? I've had some people ask the question, who are these chaplains? I was on the plane to the US some years back, and a woman asked me, she had an issue, and so I attended to her, and then later when she recovered, and she said, "Excuse me, who are you?" Now, while she was having the issue, she couldn't find out who I was, but she just walked up to me on my seat and told me what the problem was. And when we were done, and it was then she gathered herself together and said, "Excuse me, who are you?" And I told her, "I am a chaplain." The next question was, who are chaplains? So it might be very, funny that we have people even who are educated, but they seem not to know the difference between a chaplain and a pastor. I need to do that quickly today. A pastor, of course, pastors a congregation, is a shepherd over a congregation. And he also renders the various spiritual services to the people of God. Now, the chaplain is also a colleague and a contemporary of the pastor in their ministry. The chaplain also carries out the pastoral ministry, but beyond that, he renders spiritual services or spiritual ministry to the chaplain, which is to say, the chaplain's ministry is not limited only to the church walls. Do you understand? Because he is trained to minister, to be colorblind, religion blind, ethnic blind, and even denominationally and doctrinally blind. Do you understand that? He is trained to minister to the entirety of man, the whole man, the spirit, the soul, and the body. And so he is not discriminatory in any form, because by his training, he is trained to minister to man. He sees the man first before his religious affiliation, ethnicity, and all of that. So, and not even denomination. So today, one of the problems we've got in the whole world is that of denomination and that of religion. But today, God, through the chaplaincy ministry, is raising the end-time world-less church army. And that is the chaplaincy. Now, so what we do in the International Christian Chaplains Association, ICCA, is we incorporate medicine into, or let me use the word here, caregiving, all right? We get into the hospitality ministry or industry using the medicine as one of the areas we can attend to the whole man. Because whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, or whatever you practice, you have the same anatomy and physiology as man. And so we use that opportunity to be able to reach out to you by showing and giving these same services of care. Now, the tool that the chaplains use is actually care. And the platform we use is, of course, or the platform is Care. And then we render these services to everyone around us. So when we train you as a medically qualified personnel, okay? We send you out there so that you can minister both spirit, soul, and body. God is not against medication. Now, we are right now working on the accreditation process to be able to get the whole thing together and be totally and fully independent. Now hear this. A chaplain is a servant of God who is equipped with counseling skills, and he's got some level of regimental discipline, of course with a total dependence on the Holy Spirit who knows the heart of man. So in case you are there and you've been wondering what to do, who are these chaplains? They minister in certain access restricted areas. Do you understand? If you train as a chaplain with ICCA today, you will be able to minister the gospel on the streets. That's why, we have the various stages, levels or types of chaplaincy training. We have the basic chaplaincy training, which is certification. We have the master chaplaincy. Do you understand? Now, military chaplaincy is the oldest chaplaincy that is in existence, followed by clinical chaplaincy and the industrial or marketplace chaplaincy. There are other ones that have evolved out of all of these today. Now, hear this today. When you train, whether you are a pastor, you are a teacher, you are a medical doctor, you are an engineer, whatever your profession may be, even caterers, artisans, you can train as chaplains. It doesn't mean you are leaving your profession. You will remain in your profession, but in addition to what you know, you'll be able to, as it were, render assistance, give care to those in need. One of the objectives of chaplaincy is assisting the needy, giving assistance to the needy. And that's what we will train you to be able to do. So in case you have been wondering, you don't want to be, the pastor with the collar on the neck. Of course, we are colleagues with the pastors, but we don't necessarily emphasize the collar, the cassock, the cross, but we have all of them. We can function, we can use any of these things. When you train as a chaplain, you have access to certain restricted areas. Now, with the regimental discipline, we don't carry arms. The chaplain does not compete with the military. No, not in any country of the world do you have chaplains, being, as it were, in competition with the military. No, the military they saw the importance. That's why they have the chaplaincy unit. The police also have it. The medical chaplains are there. We've trained some people from hospitals, we've trained some from schools, we've trained some from churches, and we've also trained some even in the military who are even presently serving. Okay, so I want to invite you to, pick your form, go to chaplains.com, collegeofchaplains.com. When you get there, you'll see admissions. Just click on it, either the medical chaplaincy or you want to be a community crisis response chaplain. Whichever one you want, click on it. And if you have any question, there's a phone number there. You call and they will attend to you. I want you to know that what God is doing in this end time, He is raising warless church army that will bring about the harvest of souls into God's kingdom in this end time. The lieutenant general, the major general, all of them that are out there, the brigadier, the colonel, the lieutenant colonel, the major, and all of them, the captains and the lieutenants, and all of the sub-lieutenants, all of them, they are all human beings. When they get to a point in their lives, sickness can humble anybody, Depression can humble anybody. Do you understand? They get into marital situations and they also get frustrated. Do you understand? You see a man out there, everybody is saying monster, but when he gets home to that tiny young lady in the house, she gives him, makes him to kneel down to beg. What are the things that you need to learn? A chaplain is also an emotional manager. So when you get into this program, they train you on how you can be of help to others, and you can also assist yourself as a first responder. So I want to invite you today, while we are working on, getting our own system together in terms of accreditation, we want to believe God with you that you don't want to just be sitting down there as a believer and you are not useful to the Lord. Now you can actually, with your profession as a barrister, whatever you are, minister to people in your own profession and in your community, and then you'll be able to know that as a matter of fact you are now a servant of God, a minister of the gospel, and you'll be able to, as it were, reach out to more people outside the four walls of the church. Are you ready today? Get your phone right now. Call the number 0803-589-2801, and then you'll be on your way becoming one of us. I want to thank you for this little time you've allowed me in your space. Thank you so much for being there, and I look forward to seeing you. Online training is going on right now. You can do it from any part of the world. We'll train you from any part of the world, and I want to say to you, you wouldn't regret being a part of ICCA Chaplains. God bless you, and see you when you come. Shalom.